Hello, my name is Nes Konaga, and this is my presentation on digital literacy and older adults. So here's a little bit of background information in order to understand this topic. So COVID-19 pandemic happened and it spurred the growth of information and communication technologies across different industries. This caused more businesses and organizations to move their services to online platforms, making them digital by default and diminishing other forms of contact. The older adult population is now the largest and fastest growing population, and it is projected that their numbers will double by 2050, making it 2 billion. The Great Digital Divide refers to the disadvantages caused by a lack of access or usage of ICTs, but this particularly pertains to older adults. The issue with older adults is that it's seen that they currently lag behind with their younger uh, peers. So the research questions that we're aiming to answer through this paper is: what are digital literacy skills? What are some effective learning methods for teaching them? And what are some barriers that are preventing older adults from obtaining these skills? Currently, there is not agreed upon meaning for digital literacy, so we're going to be breaking down the word into its two components. So, for digital, it means involving or relating to the use of computer technology. This already presents an issue because technology is constantly changing, so it's hard to create a static definition for digital literacy. Literacy means the knowledge of a particular subject or a particular type of knowledge. This wasn't always the case because it used to mean just the ability to read or write, but it changed to suit society's needs. Later, after the 1950s, the concept of functional literacy was introduced, which was the literacies that are required for functioning and participating within society, and the skill sets changed upon the social context. So this mirrors the current predicament with digital literacy, as people face social exclusion as more things move to an online format. This causes a lower quality life and lack of equity. So I chose a definition that would hopefully encompass multiple disciplines as they start to be integrated into a lot of different industries. The definition here that I used was from Fulton and McGinnis, and it says the ability to use digital technology to locate, evaluate, use, and create information. So I use this framework in order to understand some of the subliteracies that could fall under the digital literacy umbrella. I really like this one because this framework was created in order to propose a national standard that could be used by policymakers. This one includes five types of literacy, which are information, computer, and media communication technology, and three perspectives, which are technical, cognitive, and ethical. So here's a brief overview of some of the digital literacy programs I decided to look over. I tried to select ones that would cover a broad range of literacies and have different approaches to teaching digital literacy. So the first one was Poynter Institute, which is a non-profit journalistic organization. Their goal was to improve the ability of older adults to assess the truthfulness of digital information through a 1 hour online interactive course. Uh, the participants were able to improve their ability by 20%, but this could have been affected by the fact that the participants were self-selected. So they were already properly motivated to improve their digital literacy skills, although it goes to show that this is an important factor when it comes to teaching digital literacy. Next one is Never Tech Late, which used the train the trainer model. Their goal was to create more qualified digital literacy instructors by giving them some material and then after teaching, getting some feedback from them. Some of the issues that the instructors were able to indicate with the students is the issue with the disparate skill levels that they come with, some that suffered through psychomotor issues when using the touchscreen, or the fact that there was just insufficient staff to answer all the questions or deal with errors. Next up is the Access Project, which is trying to use didactic prototypes in order to create mobile toolkits. This is trying to create things that older adults could use to improve digital literacy through a byproduct of the participatory design process. This focuses on co-design and co-collaboration. So the exercises that were used focused on boosting the confidence of older adults, or the exercise was made based off the user's needs or wants. So they decided to focus on, making a guide for transversing newspapers because that's what they were interested in. So next up is the cybersecurity guardians. This tried to teach digital literacy through peer-to-peer dissemination. So their goal was to use civic participation to increase digital literacy, and this is by teaching a select group of 12 older adults some core competencies when it comes to this, and then making them instructors, and then they would talk to their peers or like teach informally or in formal settings and just generate discussion among the community. So these are my final conclusions from analyzing these programs and digital literacy terminology. So, one, older adults are not a homogeneous group and they will have varying levels of technological skill. Ageism can affect older adults' confidence and deter them from learning. There is a current lack of infrastructure for older adults' education. Future research could possibly look into programming within public libraries, universities, or communal centers or maker spaces. The current framework that I use is insufficient as it fails to cover nuanced topics and specific literacies like e-health literacy. Uh, Attributes for success that were common within all the programs were perceived usefulness of the program, collaborative process, social inclusion, and self-efficacy. And the last main takeaway from this is that we can only achieve long term digital literacy skill adoption if we include older adults within all these processes when it comes to designing technology and creating these programs. My personal insights from this class is that it broadened my viewpoints about older adults, and I learned a lot about their own needs and the challenges that they face in their day to day lives and the things that are required for them to better use technology. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have a nice day.